virtual photo walks.
Hey there, everybody. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us from today. I'm Dominic Phillips, and I'm here today with virtual photo walks in Boulder, Colorado, out at the Walden Ponds. We're actually in between Walden Ponds and Sawhill Ponds, and we're just going to take a walk around today and see what we can see. So thanks everyone for joining us today. Again, if you guys have any questions, if you want to see anything along the way, just feel free to chat on the YouTube station or whisper in John's or my ear here. Oh, I'm going to just turn this around right now and give you the reveal because we have a beautiful little hawk. So if we can see him.
Oh, wow. You're really close.
There we go. Oh, look at that. He just lofted right up in that tree, so we may actually see a little bit more of him. Yes, this is the little reveal. If you guys noticed when I had you know, all this wood and stuff to my back, I am out in a bird blind, way out in the middle of a couple of different open space and wildlife refuges. And I'm kind of stuck back in here because there's about 18 miles per hour of wind out there.
Well, there's your hawk.
Oh, he just looped around, and I'll show you our back view real quick. Oh, he's... Ha-ha. So if we keep an eye out for the hawk again, he is just popping right over here. I'm going to pop out, and don't let me forget my camera because it's back in the bird blind. But we will give you a little sight here. He is just under that crux there. So if he takes off again, we will keep an eye out. Now out here, you know, he or she probably will not be the only hawk that we see today. In fact, this is a great wildlife area, and as we walk along around these areas and through these ponds, I'll tell you a little bit about the history. Let me just back up into the blind here again, and I will grab my stuff. As you guys can see, this is a multi-directional blind. So we have hillsides out and even one more window down here. And these are really great. Let me tell you, you know, we only have 18 miles an hour of wind today, but if you've ever been in the mountain areas here, we have seasons like the Chinook season because of the winds. So it's a little windy. We're going to take our big lens out with us today, or one of the big lenses for huffing around. And I'm going to see if I can get some close-in shots that we'll put those up on the website at the end of the walk and let you guys look through those. And you guys can always take pictures, you know, throughout the walk with your screen capture as well.
What kind of hawk was that, Dominic?
You know, gosh, I didn't really get. Oh, he or she is still there.
A red tail.
So I'm going to set this down. You know, it is pretty big, so it could be a red-tailed. You know, we have a number of varieties here. Cooper's hawks are also pretty popular down here, but those are a lot smaller.
Yeah.
And oh, this looks like a juvenile. It's got a pretty full brown head still. And you know, I am still practicing at IDing birds, and in fact, you know, that's something that we'll be checking out.
Red tail's got a really wide wing.
Yeah, yeah.
When it flies, so I think that's what it was.
Gotcha. Yep. And their breast coloration is also and underneath that does look like a little red tail. Oh, there he goes. Oh, he just landed on something. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I think he nailed a mouse or something.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, that is actually the way we are going to be walking first.
Go get him. He's distracted now.
So we'll make our way down here. Now, the pond that we were looking out at was called Sawhill, or Sawhill Pond number 1. That is this pond, and we'll be walking alongside of that on our way back. But as you can tell Colorado, for being out here in the Mountain West. Again, oh yeah, here we go. He's probably not going to like me coming out, but he is sitting on the trail.
Get him.
And you
Get a shot.
still can't see him yet. All right, so we're going to kind of hold here, and again, I'm just zooming in. Oh, what a beautiful little guy. He's just, Can
you see what he got? Was it a mouse or a rabbit? Or?
You know, I can't. I wonder if I don't know if he missed or if he's pecking at it.
Well, he'd be sticking if he got something. Could have been a snake out early too.
Oh yeah, we have snakes. You know, when I was out here Monday, like I was saying just a little bit earlier, I saw probably a half a dozen turtles. In fact, just down here to our left, we'll try and see if we can sneak up on some of them. There's a log up here on the left. Can you guys see him there?
Just around the corner?
Yep. There he does the takeoff. Oh, all right. Well, now that he's up in those trees here, we're gonna squeeze a little bit closer. Look at this, right out the barrel, and we get a beautiful little hawk doing some afternoon hunting here. Oh, and I already see some turtles. Oh my goodness. So down here, almost straight in the frame, there is a big log, and on that log I see probably 2 or 3 from here. And if you guys know turtles, now when we get within just 20, 30 feet of them, they're all going to slip right into that water. So we're going to see if we can get a spot on this hawk again, who's up here, and set down. And I'm going to see if I can get some photos of this turtle. And if that wind is getting you, I'm sorry. But when we hop around on this hill, good? Perfect. All right. All right, so this guy, and again, we're gonna put these photos up on the website after we're done with the walk. But out at the end, right here, oh, he's still hunting over here to our right. So we have a painted turtle out on the end of that log. And like I said, as soon as we get close to him, he's probably gonna dip off into the water here. Because, you know, turtles, these guys have predators also around here. Now, whereas the hawks, you know, they may be going for, more of the snakes and the voles and the mice and such. We do have a lot of coyotes and foxes, you know, and other creatures that will just sneak up to the shoreline and try and snatch these guys. Again, I'm moving very, very close because just that hawk is just about 30 feet up in that tree there. But again, we have our eyes on there he is. He's coming right towards us right now. All right.
Oh, that's a good shot. You're close.
Look at that. Oh yeah. You know, that is one good spot, and why this place is just such a Cinderella story, is that, you know, this is a wildlife preserve, but this entire area out here in the 1950s were just open gravel pits. So all of this was just a wasted industrial space from the 1950s all the way up until around 1970, I think maybe 1976, the county reclaimed some of this land and filled it up naturally. And they actually came out here. Ooh, look at that beautiful shot. He's just going to soar.
Great, man. You're right on it. Look at him. He's a hunting fool. He's really going up.
He is. He didn't get anything that time, and he's finally looking over here at us like, what the heck are we doing?
I hear some geese in the background.
Oh yes, this is a huge area for Canadian geese, and we say background. All right, I'm going to take our eye off the prize for just 1 second, and to our left, they're the geese that you hear.
Okay. Don't miss the shot if he's got something.
Oh yeah, no. No, he's walking around, and again, this one looks like a young one. I don't think he's gotten anything, but you know, he's going on eyesight, and this is such a windy day. I can see how it might be a little tough. All right, we're still a good. Half wondering if I should try and take a couple more steps forward. He seems to be pretty relaxed to us. Oh, here he goes. All right, well, tell you what, we're going to continue to make our way just a little bit. And here's some of the turtles now. They are big guys looking at me like he's going to dive in. He's at the end of the big log. And then on some of these little logs, we have other little painted turtles. Oh, there he goes, right into it. And another little one off the edge there. So, again, this is a great little turtle spot. We got a shot or two of him, but we are going to keep on moving here. Miles of trails back here because there's about 12 or 14 lakes in this area. And they're all, you know, very, very close to each other. And you can just walk around in between. And we have our friend the hawk still hunting right here.
I'm just going to hold up a turtle shell I found when I was out for a walk years ago, and it's got the head inside it.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool. They're really quite colorful on the bottom, and this one's quite old.
Oh my goodness. You know what? Oh, a squirrel. A squirrel is trying to harass the hawk.
Really? Oh, that's brave.
Oh, that is very brave. So you know what I'm seeing here? We have our hawk, and just to the right we got that squirrel moving around. And then just below the squirrel, I think, is the squirrel's nest. So we'll pop down. Now, speaking of other turtles, now those guys were some painted turtles that were already in their ponds. What we get a lot of here is in the springtime, these turtles will switch ponds. When they're going back to the pond, you know, either they were born in or they were not programmed, but you know, the ponds that they are used to. So a lot of times in springtime, you will see turtles crossing the road out here. And we have these painted turtles, which they can get pretty big. And I found one of them crunching through the reeds the other day, which we spent a little time on that hawk. So we'll see if we get out to some of the front ponds here. But I saw a couple guys just crunching through the reeds, and they were probably about an 8 or a 10-inch turtle. So maybe close to what you had there.
Is that ducks in front of you there?
Those are, that's a pair of Canadian geese up there. And you can see how many geese we have here. We have a little nesting area. So this area, if you can make them out, all sorts of feathers, and I'll even get a little closer here. A whole bunch of goose feathers in this area. Now, some of the area, even further back, is protected seasonally. So they'll close off the trails so that geese and ducks and other creatures can nest seasonally. So here we go. Ooh. Up on top, and we're scaring some Canadian geese here too. You can see this gravel mine. At least there's still a gravel yard operating here. And again, all of these areas were used as gravel pits, and it was used to pave the roads back in the 1950s in Boulder County.
Dominic, when you got that much movement of the trees in the water, it takes a little longer for it to stabilize.
Gotcha. Well, we will pop down. Yeah, you know, with the wind, the ripples are nice, and we're just shy of having whitecaps today.
Well, all those little pixels are trying to follow the waves and keep up. Plus the
Oh
wind
yeah,
makes it tough.
there we go. You know, it wouldn't be a hangout in Colorado without a little bit of fun.
Well, I was just telling you, the wingspan of that red tail is 57 inches for its bigger cousins. So that you could easily mistake that for an eagle when it was in the air.
Oh, I think so. Yep. You know, there's just taking a look at some little minnows, and we have some grass and some cattails that are starting to shoot up here. This place will be a whole different world in about 2 weeks. Oh, and speaking of, I don't know if we'll get this guy, but a great blue heron just came in, and I heard him land, so I think we're going to pop back there. And we might not cover all the area we wanted to, but if you guys haven't seen these, speaking of wingspans, and you remember that hillside we were just at, it's actually right where we dropped out, so keep the fingers crossed. But right where those geese flew away, a great blue heron just popped down.
Well, you can sneak up on him.
Yeah, I think so. And they're pretty tame. And, you know, again, this is a wildlife refuge, and the blue herons have some nesting areas here.
Dust off all those ninja skills and sneak up on them.
Oh, yeah. Well, we won't talk about the days when I walked point. All right. But again, he is probably just right up over here, so I'm going to start whispering. Oh, let's see. Okay, the geese have hidden in the reeds. Oh, 15, 16 inches long right down here. I don't see him to my left.
They can be 40 inches tall. Good big blue heron.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He is, okay, so just to my right, if you can see here, there's a big drop-off. I'm wondering, since we didn't really see him land, if maybe he got close and saw those geese and decided to pick a different area. Although they're normally pretty cool hanging out together. All right, well,
They keep following.
yeah, unfortunately.
He could be around in that next bay.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. Look at that.
Oh, good shot.
Oh, I didn't mean to sneak up on him like that. All right, he is probably going to circle around.
You got really nice and close.
All right, if he's making the full loop, we'll see him in a second. All right, I think he probably laid down on that other side. You know, that is one thing about the photo walks. You know, I always try to be ambitious as far as how much ground we cover. Coming around to the right now. And he is out on that island.
He's figured you out.
Oh, he has. He is long gone. So wow. So we've seen some hawks. We've seen. All right. You know, that dropped out in the same exact spot that it dropped, walking the same way it did the first time.
We'll have to start dropping markers.
Exactly. So right now, even though you know, we may have tricked you just a little bit here, the photo walk was from Walden Pond, but we have been back in the Sawhill ponds. So this Walden Pond is actually where the Boulder County property switches from the open space. So this, one of the Walden Ponds area, and oh, let's see, we either have a nice big hawk up here, or possibly an osprey.
you have a lot of what, red-winged blackbirds and things there?
Oh, red-winged blackbirds are all over the place. Now we have an osprey, I believe, from the wing markings, just floating here.
That's not it. Trying to find the call of that blue heron.
Oh, yes. I just heard one as you were saying that. Yeah, so this is an osprey up here. We're going to keep our eye out for him because if you guys know about these are fishing birds. So today is a perfect day for him because where it's a little windy for us, you know, when they get that loft from the wind, they can just hang in one spot and then keep an eye on a fish, and then they will just dive into the water and grab blooms that are just starting to happen up here. You know, if you look down, we have really what seems to be, you know, just fields of dead cattails here. They will disappear probably within just a couple of weeks and be overgrown by all of the new cattails. Also, this time of year, you'll start to see a lot of fights for territory. Some of the big male geese honking at the other geese. Oh, we got a little turtle coming up for air out there. Right next to our swan. But again, popping down this way. Now those red-tailed blackbirds that you talked about, and you know, if you can get the sound, or we'll probably get to the sound here a little later. They're all over the place, very distinct, and I find they're tough to get a good photo.
That was not a red-winged blackbird.
Scariest blackbird ever.
There you are.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And they're very vocal birds when we get up here. In fact, right now, since it's spring, if we keep going here, we will see how they toughed up, and they're singing to each other right now, trying to get some attention.
I have the recording of the big northern timber wolves on my iPhone, and there's a lot of little coyotes in this area. So when I'm out for a walk and I hear the coyotes, I play the tape of the big northern timber wolf. And they look at
Oh my!
Oh my God! There's a shark in our pool now.
Exactly.
It's a lot of fun, actually. You can hear them. You always they go quiet and we're talking among themselves. Like, did you hear that? My God.
Yeah. Oh, I think we just scared a northern flicker out of the brush here. Yeah, and this is we're gonna start running into about 3 or 4 other bird watchers just right on this trail here. You know, like I said, it is a huge area for bird watching. Get down there a little closer, you'll see that we have a good number of ducks here, large variety of different types. And to our left, this is a Boulder County fish pond, and you'll see we have the catch sign up here. And hi there, good afternoon. Doing well, thanks. And sometimes you'll see the fatter robins about this time of year that are sitting down on the ground, and they are either hunting or a lot of robins are ready to lay some eggs here soon. So robins tend to be a little bit more cautious about their flight time. And then right up in front of us, it's probably just a little black spot to you, but that little chirp call. So I think if any of you guys are into earbirding, which is something I'm sort of getting good at, which is really trying to figure out what the birds are by the sounds they make. this is a great spot to do it also. You know, again, hundreds of different varieties of birds out here. So I'm going to see if I can get just a shot or two of this guy here. Or not a goose. You know, now as we coming up on cotton, I believe it's Cottonwood Marsh, already in the air. You know, we're going to see hundreds and hundreds of little swallows, a whole bunch of ducks probably, and then they have a nice little boardwalk that'll let us walk through some of the reed areas. This is another big, but another good thing about this area is that there are all these little information signs around. So they will let you know, you know, a little bit about what some of the creatures are that you can run into down here. Here, this is a whole bunch of bugs. They have springtails and diving beetles and water striders. But the bass here, in fact, all of the ponds here are man-made reclaimed ponds, and they are stocked. But then there's Wally Toad's pond, which is the front pond in this whole series here, and that is a senior and children under the age of 12 only pond. You know, a little robin down here on the left coming down for a drink, and yeah, blackbird just jumped down. But like I said, once we get to the Cottonwood Marsh, which is just around the corner of the trail here, we'll probably have a number of those guys. You can see we started way over here, made a loop of some other areas, came in between Sawhill, and now we are right at the corner. We just walked along Duck Pond. Now Bass Pond, which is a catch and release, is over this way. So this area, if you can see those buildings way off to the left, that is Boulder's wastewater treatment plant.
Are they filling the ponds with lily pads and things like that to naturally purify it, or you know?
You know, they are not. You know, as far as aquatic life here, I don't think that they've really introduced anything new. A lot of the cattails, I mean, they did a lot of the tree planting. A lot of the water life is just what's natural in this area. You know, a lot of our lilies, you know, we have a lot that are kind of in some of the upper mountain areas. But these guys here have, I don't know if it's the water flow that they have, but we don't have a lot of lilies down in the low areas. Now, as you can see to our right, if I had different shoes on, this is just a big, soppy, marshy area. Leaves on the trees here. And no pussy willows down here. You know, lots of cattails. Lots of different bush and brush. In fact, as we get out here to the left, we will see just how many cattails. It's pretty much about, I would say, 80%, 90% of the shore plants are cattails down here.
You still got
a little windy.
The season's so late up here. We've got about a foot of ice still out on the lake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's 3 weeks to a month behind.
Again, I don't know if you can see them from here, but if they take off, that'll be something. And but that whole dark line there, that is a whole bunch of dark, kind of stilt-legged birds. So these guys, I have no idea what they are. And again, we'll put those up on the website later on. But these are some long-billed, stilt-legged birds out there, and it is nap time. They are all one or two-legging it with their head behind their wing. All right, well, I think they are again soundly napping. Occasionally, one of them sticks their beaks out. Now that we've made it here into some of the reed areas, you can see here where we have a little bit deeper water, where some of the green is starting to come up. And again, within a couple of weeks, all of this brown will be overgrown. But if you see just past it here, where the reeds have been laid down, that more than likely means that that was a sleeping spot for a herd of deer.
Mm.
You know, now because the reeds are dead, there's no way to know if that was, months ago or not. But we do get deer, fox, coyotes, some bears. But, if you can see without much sun glare again, that gives you an idea of what the industrial uses of this area were before they reclaimed the area.
How many years ago did this start?
Well, it was the 1970s that the land was reclaimed, and then this habitat, this side of the habitat here, opened up in 1975. So it's had a little bit of time. It's had about as much time as I have. So again, it's really kind of a Cinderella story that this can really host so much wildlife here. Now, again, we have the downed cattails to our right that let us know that this has been used for some bedding time for the deer. And what's left of the cattails are throwing off their seed. All of the slough that comes from them. Now, between them and all of these cottonwood trees, this place can be a heck of a spot if you have allergies.
Which you do, I think.
Well, a little bit. Thankfully, well, I don't know, thankfully or not, but most of my stuff from growing up in the South is all mold issues. So we don't have too much of that out here. One thing I want to point out here, too, once we get settled, is that little box right there. You can probably make it out just in the cattails. So this is actually a bat box.
Really?
And we have them all over in this cottonwood marsh area. One thing, it gives them a safe home so that they can, roost at night, or roost rather when they're sleeping, and not have to worry about all the predators we have out here. But also, this is one of the low-lying areas where we have mosquito issues.
Well, the bats
exactly. In fact, we've had a couple of cases we have West Nile issues out here, which can turn out to be a pretty bad mosquito bite, and can actually go into full-blown spinal meningitis. They have to be careful around the mosquitoes out here, because especially this area here in about another month or two, nothing like down south, but definitely a biting experience.
Now they say that there's a bit
Hey
of
there. Hi. Oh, we're out today with virtual photo walks. So we actually have a whole bunch of people live that are just walking out here with us today. But we've seen a hawk, we've seen a great blue heron, an osprey. That is not. So those are ibises, black ibis. Oh, some iridescence and. All right. So if you guys heard that, we have a bird watcher here, and we have that was a flock of black ibis out there. I'm sorry. Oh, glossy ibis. Excellent. Thank you very much. So again, we got some close photos of those guys, and they had some nice iridescent spots to them. So that is a glossy ibis. And thanks to our bird watcher friend that walked by. So this cottonwood marsh area that we're at is one of the no fishing lakes in the area, and the whole far side of this lake, over on that side, on the side where the water waste treatment center is, that's all closed year-round. So whereas you can do a trail that walks behind that factory or that plant, you can't get on that shoreline. So that gives the birds kind of a year-round sanctuary here. And again, one of our little signs. Now we did see the great blue heron. So we saw the heron. Saw a painted turtle. We might have seen that, you guys, in the background. Again, we'll get some photos of that We have red foxes, rabbits, crawfish, crawdads, depending on where you're from. They say crayfish here, like some sort of Westerner. We also have orioles. I've spotted 1 or 2 orioles, but they've been a little too quick for me. They're a nice, also a very musical bird, but have some nice coloration to them as well.
You know what frustrates me, Dominic, is in the spring and the early summer, I go out and stare at a great big oak tree or a elm tree, trying to spot the oriole nest, and I'll search for hours trying to spot that nest so I can get some good pictures. And then fall comes, the leaves all fall off.
One like right next to you?
Right there.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's why I enjoy this time of the year a lot, because since the trees bush up here a little bit later in Colorado, it does let you know where all those nests are just before everything goes.
It is kind of frustrating because you realize you've been walking by something for 2 months and could have got some great shots.
Exactly. I appreciate everyone for showing up here with us today. Again, we're out here using a Verizon jetpack. I'm using a Nexus, and that's kind of given us a little bit of our connectivity to do these walks with you today. So thanks for joining us with Virtual Photo Walks.
And we got people from all over the country, and United Kingdom just made an appearance here with Rupert.
All right, John.
And, that's cool. So we
very nice.
The crowd from Buffalo here as well. So very well done today.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you guys got to see some stuff. We'll put some photos up on the Virtual Photo Walks G+ page here soon, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks a lot, man. That was great.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
And I really felt like I did go for a walk today.
Very nice. I'm glad you did, then.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Such a great job. I mean, that really is a true photo walk in the tradition of what we do. That's very cool.
Virtual